Ever since I was a child, Kashmir has been a magical world for me. When I was a child, I lived in New Delhi, and my parents gave me an encyclopedia, and it had the most astonishing photographs of the mountains and the lakes and the rivers and the houses and the villages of Kashmir. And it was about that time that I fell in love with the Mughals, because all around me there were the ruins of that great era in Indian history. And I came to know that the Mughals had had a particular passion for Kashmir. They called it paradise on earth. And all through my life, I found myself having profound friendships with Kashmiri people, because I found in them a marriage of great directness, great intensity, and great refinement of soul and heart, and great love of beauty in all of its forms. And through those friendships, I came to begin to glimpse what is so extraordinary about this holy place. And what's extraordinary for me now, as I've chosen to make this place the base for the last years of my life, what is extraordinary for me now is that I recognize Kashmir as perhaps the most powerful transformatory place on earth. The most intense, the most revealing, the most ecstatic, the most profoundly poignant, and, let's say it, the most beautiful. So beautiful that it makes your soul and heart and body ache. And look, just look at where I am sitting in a ruined Mughal garden with the visions of the mountains that change all the time, always revealing an ever more intense and ever more overpowering beauty. Once you fall in love with Kashmir, as I have done, there is absolutely no hope for you. You are going to be, in the most beautiful, magnificent way, flayed by that love, because it leaves you nowhere to hide. The beauty is so extreme that nothing you've ever imagined about beauty comes close to it. And every time you feel you've seen the most beautiful thing you can imagine in Kashmir, you turn a corner and there is something even more astounding. So it's a place where divine beauty just foams over with wild, wild, intense truth. And when you've got exhausted by the beauty, then you start penetrating into the inner beauty of the Kashmiri people. And they show you what it is to survive terrible loss, terrible pain, terrible disaster, terrible injustice. And they show you that they do so by a strength of brotherhood and love and friendship that is the mirror beauty of the outer beauty. And then, of course, you are completely hooked, because that combination of inner and outer beauty, the absolutely outrageous beauty of nature with all of its magic and healing power, and the equally but subtly outrageous beauty of this people with their heart, their soul, their passion, their relentless celebration of life, even in the worst circumstances. It's the marriage of those two beauties that has absolutely slain my heart, and that we wish to share with. I've told you just a very little about why Kashmir has totally captivated my soul. But what I'm doing now is beginning to share with you the project that has occupied my heart and mind, the project of creating with my great friends a sacred travel agency, Wild World Wanderers, that will offer you not the usual tourist excitement, although I hope that will be there, but something very much deeper. A deep taste of the sacred power of nature, of the sacred traditions that are still alive in this valley, and of the people themselves with their vision of friendship and family and brotherhood that has sustained them through everything. We're living in a terrible time in which everybody's anxious and everybody's disturbed at the deepest level by what is happening in the world. Kashmir has actually been through in the last 40 years what we are now going through all over the world. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to help the soul of Kashmir that I love so much in all of my brothers to come out to help all of us stay grounded, stay loving, stay joyful, stay empowered as the world goes through a great death and rebirth process. Hello. Oh, lovely to see you. Dawood is one of the brothers at the core of this extraordinary enterprise, and a very dear and close friend, someone whom I rely on deeply for his wisdom, his strength, his nobility of spirit, and his relentless capacity for living with dignity in the middle of grace.
Thank you so much for the lovely words.
What has been the deepest reason for you keeping your spirit alive? So, my beloved friend, I would love you to just tell me what you have learnt personally growing up in Kashmir as a Kashmiri during this ferocious and very painful time.
First and foremost, thank you for the lovely words that you introduced, and I'll share something that is straight out my heart. It's going to be very raw because this is something that I have felt ever since I was born in this very place. I believe that survival is not just about staying alive. It's about choosing dignity. It's when all else makes you feel that you need to lose it. Aadab is not just respect. It's something that you see the other being, the other sacred being as a sacred being, and make sure that you see him as the world that you carry, he carries the same. In this place where I was born and brought up, I've seen that brotherhood does not just mean friendship. Right. It's deeply rooted, and it has a more deeper meaning than to be available in your full being when all hell breaks loose. To me, you, Mir, Junaid, all the other people, all the other brothers who are a part of WWW are family to me, because I chose it and it's very sacred to me. And towards the end, I would say that if you're tired of performing and ready to return, WWW is for you. Thank you.
But when you talk about aadab, just explain what that means, because many people don't know this absolutely crucial word at the core of everything that the brothers stand for and that we all love. And what I've understood about aadab from you and from my exploration of Islam and of mysticism is that aadab is an attitude of courtesy of soul towards God, towards the creation, towards everyone.
Exactly. That's what aadab is. It's like putting yourself in someone's shoes and make sure that you feel what he is feeling. And even if you see a stranger out there, you feel that maybe he might be in some kind of misery or trouble. Let's not give him any gesture, the kind of gesture that makes him feel bad,
Right.
but makes him feel more alive and he is recognized. Because I believe every voice should be heard and must be heard, and every voice deserves it.
Adab is also hospitality, isn't
Yes.
it? And this is part of what we are doing in WWW.
That is exactly
It's the core
of it. Yes.
And why would you say it was the core of it?
Because it's something that we have learned, that we have inherited in us. Living in this part of the world, in this particular, that has everything you think of, spirituality, Shaivism, everything. It's inherited in you. This hospitality that we show, I don't think anybody else, sorry to say this, but we are the best in hospitality, and the world is the winner.
Well, I'm the witness too. I've experienced such love and such hospitality here.
I'm really glad to hear that.
I want to ask you too about brotherhood, because I think one of the deepest reasons I've come here and want to spend the rest of my life here is because I found in you brothers a vision of what real love in real time looks like. And as you said, brotherhood is not friendship only. It's a passionate, grounded, visceral commitment to be there for the people you love with your whole being, whatever the hell is happening.
And everything that you have in your capacity, you be available with all of that.
Yes. And it's absolutely taken for granted amongst you all. It's not something you even think about. If somebody's sick at 3 o'clock in the morning, you're all there.
We are all there. It's not something we want. It's not something that we think of. It's something that is in an instinct that happens to us. It's just a feeling that can't be experienced, that can't be said, but experienced. Yes.
And it's very different from what is called friendship in the West. The thing that absolutely amazed me about all of you was the absolute honesty between you. The honesty of love, the honesty of tenderness, the honesty of concern, the honesty of joy. It's a complete physical, emotional, spiritual relationship at the highest level of truth, isn't it?
That's why I use the word, if you're tired of performing
Right.
and ready to return, Wild World Wanderers is for you.
And if you'd like to just dive in and turn to the camera and look out as if you're looking out at people who will come to these amazing events that we're going to sculpt, what would you say to them about what you hope they experience with us, with the brothers, in this glorious landscape, with all the spiritual traditions of Kashmir alive? What would you want people to really experience?
I want them to experience the fullness of Kashmir, what it has to offer, the peace, the things that they need in their life, and they are stuck in the misery of the world, the corporate culture, the people who are ruling the world does not know what they need actually for their heart, for their soul. This is the place where we show you, where we make sure that you experience what we have experienced since the beginning of our time.
Junaid, this is my beloved brother, Junaid, who is extremely hard to describe, because whatever angle you look at this man, you see truth and beauty and elegance and a passion to create harmony and to bring people together at the deepest level. And everybody knows that about Junaid, and he plays a very deep and special role for all of us in our souls, but also in the business side of WWW, because he is a banker as well as all of these other things, and he has a very clear and beautiful and logical mind and a deep understanding of how we want to present this project of ours to the world. So how lovely that you're here.
Oh, it's my pleasure, and to be with the brothers,
This is something I've always done and will continue to do. This is what gives meaning to my life. And like you rightly said, I've been told over and over again that the biggest gift I have is bringing harmony amongst the brothers, first of all. And then when I thought about it, I thought, why not do it with the entire world out there who need it more than the brothers do?
True.
So,
What is so sacred to you about brotherhood? What is it that brotherhood has given you which no other form of love could give you? Because you are so linked with these amazing men, and you've been linked since you were 5 and 6 years old. So this has been an essential part of your life. What is it?
if we look around, we are living in a world that's going terribly fast. You see people don't have time for their family anymore, let alone friends. But being brought up in Kashmir came with its own set of challenges, which made us hardened. But at the same time, it came with its own pros. And one of them is the sense of community we share here. You are what you, especially in your early developmental years, you are what you learn from the family. And it was this sense of community we got from our ancestors. Kashmiris have a thing of living in a joint family. We are raised by our grandfathers and grandmothers who pass on their wisdom to us, who tell us what the world was like. And if we look today in this fast and modern world, Kashmir has still been able to, keep its antiqueness intact. And that antiqueness is a part of the brotherhood as well. It's not just the actions or the words. Most importantly, it's the intentions in our heart for each other. Sometimes we may be harsh with each other, but it's only to bring one another online. If you look at that scenario, the words are harsh, but it's always the intentions that keep the brotherhood alive, because only jolly words and praising each other is not going to get us there. We need to love each other, but equally be harsh with each other to bring each other in line. And that only happens when you have the purest of intentions in your heart. And that is the entire essence of the brotherhood. That is the entire essence of Kashmir. That's what has helped Kashmir persevere in the most impossible and terrible times that we've seen in the past 40 years. And now the whole world has caught up with the madness.
Yes.
And we are here to tell everyone the secrets of how we persevered in these years, and how everyone with a sense of community, brotherhood, and most importantly, love, we can not only survive this mad world, but cherish and enjoy this beautiful planet that has been placed at the rightest spot in the universe for a reason. And the reason is to thrive as fellow human beings and love each other and find meaning in our lives. And we know the secret recipe, and we are here to share it with the entire world. The gifts I've been given to bring harmony in a group, now is the time to bring that to the world. And I cannot do it alone. None of us can.
No.
That's why there's a team. It all started with me's vision of Wild World Wonders, and when he told me about it, I was struck. And then you were introduced, and the two of you together told me about your vision, and my first reaction was, this is what I've always wanted. This is what I've wanted all my life. And now that I have the resources to put it all together, let's start. And we haven't looked back in a year. There's been ups and downs. We've worked hard to put together the website, to put the message out, and now this is just the beginning. We're going to come up with more videos talking about the way of life in Kashmir. And we want to share that way of life with the world now. We are ready, and the world is more than ready. Everyone out there is more than ready to come
they're
here.
famished for what's here.
Yes.
If only they come, they'll find out. They'll find out, and they'll eat the food, and they'll be so strengthened by it. But there's one thing you I don't know whether you intentionally missed it out because you're very discreet, but I know you very well, and I know that you have a very deep faith, that you have been brought up a Muslim, that your Islam is very vast and tolerant, and it's deeply infused with Sufi passion.
Yes.
And that has been a tradition in Kashmir
Yes.
for centuries.
Yes.
A universal Islam that has embraced all other faiths, recognized all other beings as sacred, never imposed its own truth on others,
Yes.
but lived its truth to help and infuse others. And it would be lovely if you talked about your Sufism and your love of beauty and your love and how that's been inspired by Kashmir and how it's been strengthened by your life in Kashmir.
I'm glad that you brought it up because, like you said, I missed it. You see, for thousands of years, seekers have come to this land, and Buddhists have come here for meditation, sages have come to preach, and
Yes.
Sufis have come with their eternal dancing, and poets have found their language here. And perhaps if you look closer, it's still intact. It's
Oh, yes.
everywhere around.
Yes.
So people from different faiths, different ideologies have chosen this land somehow. And it's been for thousands of years when there were no airplanes, when Kashmir was the most difficult place to access. They've come here, and that shows you the tolerance Kashmir is about.
Yes.
You know, accepting every faith, accepting every ideology, because deep down, if you look, everyone teaches you the same thing. It's brotherhood and love.
Yes.
And from a Sufi perspective, I was brought up a Sufi, and one thing in particular that really fascinated me about Sufism is the effortless poetry that has
yes.
the answers to everything.
Yes.
You can find meaning to everything in Sufi poetry. And remember, we once shared that poetry with you and
Yes.
how we translated it to you. And
Yes.
that's one of my most favorite things to do, translating that Sufi poetry. And I could see the emotions flowing through your body
Yes.
when you heard some of the verses and what they meant. So Kashmir is all about Sufism. That's how Islam came here, and we've lived together in harmony for years, and all we've known about is tolerance, acceptance, and knowing that these are just little labels attached to us. Deep down, we are the same soul that's yearning for peace, and
Yes.
that's the most fascinating part about all of this together, not just Sufism.
It isn't the most crucial part of Sufism its understanding of ishq, its understanding
Yes,
of love, and its understanding that love should permeate all of our relationships in life.
Yes.
And it should be what you have for your child, it should be what you have for your wife, it should be what you have for your close friend, your brother, it should be what you have for your grandparents. It should be this deep, rich love that actually is secretly divine in its source. So that your relationships become a way of living divine love in
Yes.
human form,
Not just
in
labels.
practical action.
Yes.
And that's what the Kashmiris are so amazingly gifted at.
Yes, because love cannot just be words and actions. It has to be intentions deeply
Yes.
rooted in your heart, always the purest intentions.
Yes.
That's when, love can birth something as amazing as peace,
Yes.
or brotherhood, or togetherness, tolerance.
And isn't that what WWW is trying to offer people? It's offering everybody, of course, the opportunity to taste the astounding beauty. It's offering teachings that come out of the extraordinary traditions that flourished here. Kashmiri Shaivism, the Sufism that was here, the Buddhist Tantra that was here.
Yes.
The amazing way in which they all came together and influenced each other doing that. But most of all, what we are trying to give people
Yes.
is the taste of the ishq that permeates
Yes.
this vision of human relationship
Relation.
inspired by divine
Yes.
truth and divine reality.
Yes. And if we put it in one sentence, wild world wanderers and Kashmir is not about escaping from life.
No.
It's about returning to it.
It's returning to the real raw life,
Yes.
the life that we are all so
In its
hungry
raw
for.
essence,
Yes.
which is once again ishq,
Yes,
adab.
yes. What is adab for you?
If we look at the literal meaning of adab, it's manners.
Yes,
But the Kashmiri adab deeply rooted in all of us. You've been with us for
Oh,
such a long
yes.
time and you've witnessed it
oh yes,
firsthand. Adab is about being unconditional,
yes,
about your love towards other people. There's no hidden agenda behind it. It's the way of life. It's what we are.
yes,
It's not what the other person in front of us is. It's what we've been taught by our forefathers, what our grandfathers were taught by their grandfathers,
yes,
and what has passed down to us. And growing up, when in early developmental stages, a child is as raw as a blank paper.
yes,
And when you see that around, when someone elderly comes to the house, the younger people will leave way for them and
yes.
give them a cushion to keep
I
behind
know
their
this
back.
well. Yes,
Right?
yes.
It's a very small gesture, but at the same time, it's a very big gesture.
Yes,
You're showing respect to people. If we are in a bus and a woman is standing, we'll offer her a seat, even if she is younger than us. It is this what I see as adab, and
Yes.
it's beautiful. And I've been around. I've met people from different cultures and different countries, different places, but I've never seen this level of adab anywhere.
neither have I. I have been in Muslim countries. I love traveling in Muslim countries. When I came to Kashmir, I simply couldn't believe my eyes.
Something
I
like this
couldn't
would
believe
exist.
the way in which you treated each other. You've known each other all your lives,
Yes.
but there is such a beauty of approach.
Yes.
You're always so loving and respectful to each other. You say there are moments when you're harsh with each other, but I have not seen them. That must happen because
Yes,
you're in a
huh?
deep relationship.
It does.
But what I have seen is men who honor, respect, deeply know each other's burdens and their qualities, and are endlessly, quietly encouraging
Yes.
of their brothers to be ever more effective and powerful in their lives. It's an extraordinary thing to see that adab in action in brotherhood.
Yes.
Because it's something that I think men all over the world are looking for.
Yeah.
And they're hungry for it, but they haven't found it because it's rooted in a sacred culture.
Maybe they have found it, but they are too scared to express it freely
That's
without
true.
being judged.
Yes.
But none of that is seen here. We are brothers. We love each other.
You
we don't
massage
care
each
about...
other, you give each other a head
Exactly.
rub. I mean, it's completely open love.
Yes.
And it has no barrier except the barrier of respect and love and never violating the other's privacy.
Yes.
These are extraordinary qualities.
And over time, you've been welcomed in the brotherhood. And
I
now I would want to ask you what you felt being a part of the brotherhood and what's changed in you since you've started to live amongst us.
I think I've always been terrified of men.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had a much deeper understanding and love of women
Mm-hmm.
because women are more emotionally intelligent and so open spiritually. And until I came to Kashmir, I had never felt safe amongst real men. And what amazed me was the level of nakedness, of authenticity, of shameless physical sweetness and expressiveness. And I thought, my God, this is what men are really like. This is who they really are. And that healed a huge wound in my soul, because I finally found men that I could trust, that I could be completely myself with, that I felt the tenderness and the practical care, but also the respect and the honor. But they it was all very intimate. There was no distance between any of us. There wasn't any, I didn't have to be Andrew Harvey. I was Andrew from the very beginning. And that was a huge relief.
Yes.
And to be able to bathe in the love between all of you. Also, just to feel that atmosphere of what I call sanity, real emotional sanity, was so amazing. And in fact, very often when I'd been with you, I would just go back to my room and I would just sit. And it was as if I was drinking a wine that I had never tasted before. And I knew was a real wine. It wasn't an imaginary wine. So it's changed my whole understanding of what the masculine is.
Hello, everybody.
Talk about the masculine. Hello, my darling.
Hello.
I'm good? Yes.
Nice to see you.
How could I not be good?
Hello, Dawood. What's up?
I'm good.
This man, who could ever describe this man? He had to be Shakespeare and Rumi on crack.
Yes.
So, we all
The man behind it all. No,
This is an
us behind it all
I'm going
together.
to talk about
But
you.
Mir was the one who
Mir,
ignited it
without me, and none of us would be here.
here. Let's be honest.
Because
The soul of WWW.
and he's the heart and the
And the
fire
soul
of
of
all of our heart.
And you guys are my soul. So
Yes,
And
Wait,
that's
Rob.
how it works.
yes.
but it's really because of you what I'm here, because we had the most amazing meeting
Yes.
through our great friend Michael, who had told me about you and explained what an amazing person you are, and I came to this place, and I think at the beginning you were rather wary of me because you have seen a lot of Western teachers and you haven't a very low opinion of most of them. But we got talking immediately and had the most astounding conversations night after night in the Buddha room. And everything that we've been talking about, really, I met in you. I met the soul of Kashmir, this wild, raw soul, your passion for life, your passion for truth, your passion of compassion, your wild gifts of vision and healing, all of them, all together. That really impregnated myself with the beauty of Kashmir. And then I met your mind, your incredible mind, because one of the things we all know about Mir is that he has been kissed by God. His mind has been kissed by God because he thinks naturally in the most expansive, joyful, harmonious, balanced ways, and his chief longing in life is to birth joy and peace and natural love between people. And he would do literally anything to get it down. So for me, you are the soul of Kashmir and my great
Thank you so
friend
much
and
for
my
saying all
great
that.
no, it's true, we all know it's true. And it's something without your vision. What we're trying to do in Worldwide Wonders, World Wonders is simply impossible because you always bring it down to the raw, the real, the connection between people. You love the beautiful mountains, you love the mosques, but your real love is the love between people.
Yes.
And that's why you're the soul of this whole enterprise.
Yes.
Because with you there, we'll never, ever waver from the focus on making everybody who comes to us feel incredibly seen, incredibly honored, incredibly loved. This is your unbelievable gift, and we all love you and celebrate you here.
Thank you so much.
It's true, isn't it?
To the last bit.
Yes.
Yes, and
I
we're
want
very
to embarrass
close.
you. No, but it's really true, because without you, I don't think I would ever, I know that I would never have discovered all the jewels that you have made possible, so I'm so grateful.
He's the thread that keeps the beads together.
Absolutely.
I doubt if you would have visited Kashmir had it not been for me.
I would have visited it because I was obsessed by it, but I would have visited it and I wouldn't have met it. Because it has changed me.
That's a very good way of putting it. Because millions of people come to Kashmir and they see it on the surface level and go back and talk about the snow and mountains and the
Yes.
gushing rivers and streams
Yes.
and the meadows. But Kashmir is far beyond that. That's just the scratch. The beauty is just the scratch. The soul is what Kashmir is all about. The soul is what all the sages in the history saw in Kashmir, and that prompted them to come here. People like
That's
Dara
true.
Shikoh, who
Dara
had an
Shikoh,
empire
of
to
course,
take care
yes.
of, decided to come to Kashmir and study from his master, and everyone of them has left a legacy here,
Yes.
and it's still
But even
intact.
that, even that can become heady. Even that can become a manufactured spiritual experience.
Yes.
What I received from Mir was something very radical. He's very radical in his fundamental nature. And what I received from Mir was none of that is real until it's practically rawly expressed in real life. And I think I would have been wandering in my beautiful imagination had I not met somebody who, not aggressively, but would say, that's all very beautiful, but the real Kashmir is
Yes.
the raw, beautiful, holy relationships between people. That's Kashmir. Don't get lost in the beauty. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Don't get lost in the spirituality. It's glorious. Get down into the trenches with us and you'll see beauty that will break your heart open. And I have seen it, and this is the gift I think he's always bringing to us. Always saying, okay, but let's go deeper, let's get wilder, let's get more authentic, let's take the masks off, let's be completely real, because he trusts in a way I've never known anybody trust, that being real is being divine.
Yes.
It's, you have that.
The first thing that I would suggest for any person, before being anything, you have to be genuine. Be what you are. And then you will see the world will open to you, because if you're trying to show, I mean, like, if you're not showing life who you really are, you will never meet yourself, no matter where from you are. And God says, I'm in your heart. That's how
Right.
close you are. And first of all, you have to keep that clean.
Yes.
For God to stay in your heart, you have to keep the heart clean. Yeah.
And how
So
do you
if you're-
keep your heart clean? How do you keep
I mean, like, it's not so hard, first of all, and that's what we are trying to do in WWW. This will, when people come here, they will get to learn these things, which is not hard. It's just being realistic, not lying, and supporting each other, and just help. That's it.
But
You
also
don't have
looking
to.
out your true emotions. And I
I
think
think
that's
that's very
one of the
important.
things that you are so good at. I mean, when you love somebody, everybody knows it.
Yes.
You love fearlessly. Women, men, children, bananas, trees. You
Everything.
absolutely. And that is a very key part of what WWW is trying to help people to
Yes.
realize. Trust the love in you.
Yeah.
You'll find these guys absolutely welcoming of any form of that love that you happen to feel that you need to express.
Yes.
It's all fine as long as it's authentic.
Yeah. That's why people with WWW, they'll go beyond beauty.
Yes.
They'll need the reality.
Yes.
Because that's what everybody is trying to do. They just want to find God. They just want to find themselves. They just want to find happiness, because it's all around, but you need to look at where. And you could just be doing your dishes in the kitchen, and you could just be yourself and feel happy.
Yes.
I mean, everything you do, love it. Something which you don't like or love, stop it. Because you came to this world not only to work like a machine.
Right.
You're a human. There are desires.
Yes.
There are some goals you keep in your life. Even being just a family member, being a boy, being a girl, being mother, being sister, being anything. Love it, because we love you back. You come here what we have to share is very raw, authentic, and natural. It's like, we welcome you with the arms.
Open arms, is
Open
what you'll
heart.
find. Yeah,
And-
yes,
We just don't need to know who you are because we love you already.
yes,
If you are here, if you're coming here, that already means that you're seeking something. We are also seeking something.
we're
That's-
seeking you.
let's
We
get
want
together
all
and
people
figure
in
that
our
out.
family.
Yeah.
Yes.
And anybody who comes here, definitely they will leave a piece of themselves with us,
Yes.
and they will take a lot of us with them. So
But
that's
what-
how
but
we
this is-
be.
But this is something that I learned from you, and from all of you. You asked me what I learned. I learned that as soon as you make a very deep friend, you have another 5 very deep friends.
Yes.
Because you invited me to come to Kashmir,
Yeah.
and you said the brothers are going to love you, and you made sure that the brothers knew, and they all turned up for day after day after day.
Yeah.
Now they're all part of my heart family.
Definitely.
But this is what we are going to offer.
Yes.
This sense of come to us, experience this joy, this raw, this beauty, this passion, and realize you will have a real family who loves you, who won't
Yes.
turn away from you, will always be there for you. This is not a travel agency, this is a feast.
Oh, not
we are
at all.
trying to
No,
do.
no.
Not at all. This is just an adventure we are out on. And
Yes,
what I also believe is that the vast majority of people around the world, they've never had a single chance to meet themselves. They've met the world,
yes, yeah,
but
they've
they've
met
never
the
had a chance to
difficulties,
meet
yes.
themselves. And we're gonna try and help them get there
Yes,
in its rawest form.
yes.
So
But
whoever
I'm
is,
also very refined. I mean, the beauty of the aadab that you all have is that, of course, it's raw, it's very naked, it's very without pretense, but it's very refined.
yes,
Because there's always great compassion and great wisdom in the way you treat people. And so it's not just that they're going to be able to come and experience that, they're going to be shown
yes,
some tools as to how to be your authentic self and actually give joy to
Yes.
other people, and it's shared joy with
Yes.
them. And I think people are starving, honestly. The
Yeah.
world is starving for that
Allah.
experience.
Yes.
and the fact that we have a storytelling session every night, we have dedicated some time to gather around some firewood and light a bonfire and gather around it and just talk without any agenda. Whatever is in your heart, just let it out.
Yes,
Shed the skin so that
yes.
you're reborn again, and we are
And
here
there's
for
music.
everyone.
I remember those incredible journeys we took. 13 hours in the car with all the Sufi music, all the singing, all the neck rubs, all the massages, all the laughing, all the
Yes.
quiet, all the prayer. Everything becomes alive because it's all sacred, and you've taught me that. And this is what I'm so thrilled to be able to help present.
And
in
it's not
WWW.
difficult because it comes naturally to all of us. This is who we are.
Yes.
All we have to
And-
do is be ourselves. and be-
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is the time when you cannot do much for everybody. This is the time right now where even if you'll be able to keep yourself at a track, it's a big thing.
Yes.
And so we're doing the same. Like all together we're
Yes.
coming. Tomorrow we'll have a bigger family. But the time is now that you need to think about yourself. The first thing, you have to clean yourself. You have to make sure that if you're suffering from something, we have a healers here, as you all
Yes.
also met.
Of course.
Like there are so many things that we are ready to offer, and those things are not like something that we do with a kind of a business, a kind of this is the kind of a trip you're going, like you
This
see
is
in
your
the world.
family member that you
I
want
mean,
to
like-
heal. Yes.
I'm ready to offer whatever it is. I have, it takes a lot of time to find gems, first of all,
Yes.
and then
And you have found them
And then-
in the core of your life. haven't you?
yes, I mean like the healers we have.
Yeah.
The friends we have, the people who are going to be the part of it, how we have thought of it. We're going to do some further videos for that where we'll talk on length. But this is just a message for all the people around the world. Clock is ticking, is the time. You have to decide what you have to do.
Meet yourselves.
Meet yourself. Like-
Love your friends.
Yes.
And do everything to keep their lives joyful in terrible circumstances.
And you know, Junaid, towards the end, I would like to share an analogy, and that is, in general, till the age of 13, people are their true selves because they are underneath the cocoon that we call parenting. In general, I'm speaking. And after that, the higher you go to the classes, you try to adapt to the world. Once you are out there working for some corporation or any business that you have, you try to adapt more and more and more and more. What I'm trying to say here is that come and meet your true self and
Yes.
greet him, hug him, and never let it go again.
Exactly, that's perfectly said,
Beautiful.
Dawood. That's what
Beautiful.
people need to know, and that's how they will understand what it really means. And I think that's 100% that people are so much into pretending they forget who they really are, you know.
And we already love you a lot.
Yes,
Yes,
we do.
everybody.
Here for you.
Yes.
Come and join us. We would love
Welcome
to
you
have
and
you
make
here.
you meet yourselves before you meet us.
Yes. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye
God bless.
bye. Passion burns down every branch of exhaustion. Passion is the supreme elixir and renews all things. So don't sigh heavily, your brow bleak with cynicism and boredom. Dare, dare, dare to look for passion, passion, passion.